What's up guys, it's Procusted here. I'm doing a Chaos Dragon deck profile. After the Jan 1st ban list, dragons are dead, therefore Evil Swarms won't be played as much. Even when Mermals will probably be the best deck in the format, there still won't be as many Evil Swarm players. So I find Chaos Dragons will be extremely competitive this format. If not, I can only wish that they'll be competitive. I'll make them competitive, sort of. So yeah, I'm just going to jump straight into the deck list. I'm going to rush the dragon part because it is pretty standard. And a lot of people should know what it does already. So pretty much you play 3 Light Pulsar. Pretty much when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 5 Dark Monster, level 5 or higher Dark Monster, sorry. And you can special summon this guy from your hand or graveyard by banishing 1 Light and 1 Dark, or discarding 1 Light and 1 Dark from your hand. 2 Dark Flares. Some people play 3. I hate playing 3, just because if you have the third one, you wouldn't really be able to use his effect, because you have to discard a Dragon type monster from your hands, which is sometimes you will never have. And just because Chaos Orc went to 2, you might as well just play the double Chaos Orc over the triple Dark Flare. Then you have the 1 Red Ice Darkness Metal, the best card in the deck. This guy special summons your dragons from your hand and graveyard, and it's really easy to get out. If you have a monster in the field, Dragon type monster, sorry, you just banish it, special summon this guy, and you just go off making some plays. Then I play the 1 Darkholm Dragon. Because it's based around the graveyard, you can manipulate it quite easily. So getting Darkholm Dragon out on the field never be that hard of a challenge, and you can always do it pretty easily, pretty easy to get him out. Then I just play the 1 Eclipse Wyvern. There's only 2 targets for him. There's the Darkholm Dragon and Red Ice Darkness Metal. And pretty much you don't want to play more than 1, because if you mill him like maybe halfway in the mid game, and you have normal targets, your opponent can actually search your deck, which you don't want, because they'll find out what cards you're playing and then what text to side in, what side out. Especially if it's like game 2 and 3, it's really bad. But playing the 1 Eclipse Wyvern just to search out the Red Eyes Darkness Metal and Darkholm can really help to set up your future plays. For the Chaos bit, play the 1 BLS because he's one of the best cards in the game. And 2 Chaos Sorcerers. After the Jan 1st ban list, Chaos Sorcerer went up to 2. And it's just an easy out to remove cards, just in case your opponent has stronger cards than you that you can't get over because you don't have a way out of it. And Chaos Hawk is just a really easy way to get out of it. For the Light Swans, play triple Lila and triple Raikou. I used to play the double Raikou 1 Aaron, but I find in this new format it's pretty undefined so far, so I'm just playing the triple Raikous just to make sure. If after a few more games and tournaments, I'll see what decks have been better at. And if so, I might start in the Aaron for the 3rd Raikou, but so far, playing 3 Raikous are working pretty well. They attack into it, you can destroy a back row, set off some future plays, you can just destroy anything. And it's just really nice to have. And for more milling engine, I played the double Card Troopers. Card Troopers is amazing. It's one of a really good target for another card I play. And it's just the mill 3, gets destroyed, draw a card. You need 4 cards less in your deck now. And it's really good because first turn Card Trooper, is actually really fast, because even if it's not even first turn, you can summon Card Trooper up to maybe 2nd, 3rd turn, mill 3 cards right away, and then if you have the right cards in your graveyard, you can just go off like that. So Card Trooper is actually one of the best cards to start of your combos, just because it's so fast of how it mills. For the everything else, I played 2 Tour Guides. I cut the Night Assailant just because when you already have the Raikous, the Lilas, the Mystical Space Typhoons, I feel having not really MSTs, but yeah, the Lilas and Raikous, you don't, just Raikous. Because you play 3 Raikous, playing the 4th Night Assailant thing that can destroy monsters wasn't needed anymore. And even if you just accidentally mill 1 Tour Guide, you can still ditch another Tour Guide for Light Pulses effects, or use it for a Synchro material monster. You can just summon them, special summon Plague from the graveyard, and just go from there. And speaking of Plague, I play the 1 Plague, and also the 1 Debris. I'm enjoying Debris Dragon, because you can summon him, special summon Card Trooper, Raikou, go for either a Black Rose and Orient Plague, because a lot of decks now Synchro. You have a lot of Synchro monsters, and Plague is just really good, because you can pitch him to summon Light Pulsar. When he's in your graveyard, you can just special summon him, go for another Synchro, go for a level 8 Synchro, and it's just really amazing. And you can get this guy back without Tour Guide. You just go into Olivia, special summon Plague back to your side of the field, special summon another dragon, and just go for another Synchro. So Plague, Debris Dragons are the main two tuners in the deck. I do play Veilers, but that's more of a hand trap, like effect negation rather than actual Synchro materials. So yeah, that's it. For the hand traps, I play the 2 Trags because you don't want to get OTK'd. Trag's probably like the best card to go Synchro with the Plague Spreader and Debris Dragon, just because he can modify his level depending on a monster in your graveyard. Playing 2 double Trags is extremely good because this is a pretty this is a Synchro heavy variant of Chaos Dragons. It's actually one of my favorite variants. And I also play the 1 Gauze. And for the rest of the hand traps, I play 2 Maxis. Like I said before, the format's not really defined as much except for like maybe Boojins, Mermails, Chaos Dragons, hopefully, as being like the best decks. So, and you can easily start these out for like anything like a 3rd Effect Veiler or just like another Blightspawns or whatnot. And then you have to just play the 2 Effect Veilers, just to slow down opponents. And you can also use it for the Synchros, just because like it's a level 1, it can pretty much just go with anything, especially with Trag to make most of the levels. And for the last monster, I play the 1 Honest. Alright, that's it for the monster lineup. For the spell cards, just the double Solar Recharge, 1 Charge, 1 Allure. A lot of people don't like Allure because there's only like not many darks in the graveyard, but the thing about Allure is, if you get Allure first turn, you can set up your hand quite nicely, and then it allows you just to go off from future plays, because you'll always have like more than 1 dark monster like left over in your graveyard, even if you go like fully off. And yeah, so playing 1 Allure, it's totally fine. You also play the Maxis to get to like more cards, but it's just like nice to get those cards sooner. Then I play the double Space. You play double Lilas, but double Space also works just to get rid of back row before you summon Lila, just in case they have more than 1 back row. And then the 2 Lance, just more of a stun really. If they attack, you can just Lance it. If you attack, you can Lance. If you summon like a big monster and they like Bottomless, Compulse, or Tarantula, you just Lance it anyway. And so Lance is a very like it's an amazing card actually. It actually saves me quite a lot. And the last card was a monster reincarnation. Just in case if you mill like your boss monster like a BLS or Red Eyes or Dark Armed, monster reincarnation can actually get them back if you can't get them back by any other way. And that's it for the spells. It's a 40 card main deck, so very consistent in my opinion. That you'll always get your cards that you need in time. Okay, for the extra deck, starting with the rank 3s, I play the 1 Zen mains because it's an easy way to get out things. You can ram it, you can attack, detach, end phase, blow it up. 1 Levier because you can get back your Plague Spreader, you can get back any of your banished monsters, special summon them, and go for some more plays, XC, Synchros, or whatever. It's actually really good. And 1 Leviathan Dragon, just because he's a dragon, that if I have a Tour Guide, Red Eyes in my hand, Light Pulsar or whatnot, I can go Tour Guide, Leviathan, banish for Red Eyes, use Red Eyes effect, special summon Light Pulsar. And that's already like a really good like turn 2 move, just to like set things off. For the only rank 4 I play is Queen Dragon to Jin. This guy just like sets up your plays by getting like your dragons from your graveyard. So you can get like, you can special summon I would go for Light Pulsar. Just in case it gets destroyed, you can get back your Dark Flare or Red Eyes. So it's like really good to set up future plays. No rank 5s in the deck, because I only play Dark Flare and Tragodia. I found like playing rank 5s was kind of redundant. For the rank 6 I play 1 King of Atomb, just to get out your monsters, make some huge pushes on the game. 1 Insecta Exabeetle. It's just a really good card, because they can use his effect with Light Pulsar to get Light Pulsar's effect as well. And you just can go completely off with that as well. 1 Photon Strike Bouncer. And the thing about these rank 6s are that, because I play because there's 2 Chaos Orc, you have a triple Light Pulsar, double Chaos Orc, double Tragodia. So going into the rank 6s is actually a lot easier than it sounds. It's just like extremely helpful like in all the matches. And then for the final card is Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. It's really good for piercing damage. You can just go a Tomb special overlay for Gaia, and then just do some more damage on the board. That's it for the XCs. There is what is that? There are 8 XCs in the deck, and then there will be 7 Synchros. Starting with Synchros, I play 1 Ally of Justice Catastor. I prefer this card over Amides just because it's an easy out to like problem cards. 1 Orient Dragon, like I said before, love the decks now I verse Synchro Summon. So going to Orient Dragon, banishing it, clearing their field, whatnot with like Lilas and MSTs and Raikos. You can just go for those easy OTKs. That, and you can banish him for a Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and then you just go off and make more plays. For the rank 7, one Black Rose, one of the main cards I make with Debris Dragon. Black Rose and Orient are the main targets I make with the Black Rose. And Debris Dragon, sorry. For the rank 8, I play the one Stardust Dragon. I like it. If you set up your field and you don't have the Light Pulsar on board, the Stardust Dragon actually saves you quite a lot. Then I play the one Thought Ruler Ashwin. Amazing in like if you go into time. You just make this guy attack, gain life points, and just win because you have more life points than your opponent. One Crimson Blader, just because I can make this against the Mermail matchup, which is probably like one of the very few cards I can actually make against the Mermail matchup. It just helps to like just stop them for like one turn before they can get out all their boss monsters. And yeah, and it also helps against any other deck that, especially in a mirror, like you make Crimson, just destroy them. And then I play the one Star Eater, just because you can make him. The easiest way to make Star Eater is with a Effect Veiler and Trag. Easy Synchro 11. Like Star Eater by itself is amazing. Well, some decks can't even get around it just because it can't be negated when it's summoned. You can't bottomless it. You can't torrential it, and if it attacks, you can't activate Deprison or Mirror Force. The only cards you can get around it is like really Compulse and Dark Hole, and yeah. Alright, so guys, hopefully you enjoyed my deck profile. I will be doing a Twilight and Light Swan deck profile later in the future. But first of all, tell me what you think about this deck. Please hit the like button. Please comment in the description below. And like always, have a nice day. Thanks.